What is up, guys? This is the Overleveled podcast, episode 33. And guys, we only have a little bit of topics. We've got a couple of movie news, Deadpool 2, Venom, and Avengers Infinity War. And then we'll be talking about God of War, E3 predictions, and Albert Pinello leaving Xbox for, after 15 years. And yeah, and also the Spider-Man PS4, like official announcement of Spider-Man, the Iron Spider suit. We'll talk about that and just give us our predictions for E3, such as Sony's, Microsoft, and Nintendo. But we'll do at a later date, Ubisoft, Bethesda, and yeah, those two as well, and EA. Those will be in 2 weeks because next week we won't have a podcast next week due to me and Spectre having finals next week, and we need that time to study and all that. So yeah, we'll get really into God of War. Finally it launched for the PS4, only on the PS4 on Friday, and got the game, and I got the Stonemason edition. I do have an unboxing / review coming out soon. I just gotta edit everything that I recorded for the unboxing. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a quick impression for the God of War game. I'm pretty sure I sunk in 30, 35 hours, something around there. I think. Because they don't give you an actual time. So that's what I'm assuming is I put 30 to 35 hours. Because right now my Kratos is almost level 7. Yeah. Really gotta say, talk about the new combat and the graphics and the story and also the voice acting and also the side quests, right? And we all know God of War originally was a hack and slash type of game, and I've went into this new God of War thinking that it was going to be easy. It's not easy game, and I actually really like that because it makes me think, okay, what moves and what runes should I put into my axe? And stunning guys and having Atreus, and Atreus is very, very vital to this game in terms of combat and of course the narrative, but he's very helpful with you commanding him, and Atreus also helping Kratos stun enemies. And I think this is a very, very great addition to the game. And the Leviathan axe, I really love it. It's fluid, it's smooth, and it's very, it has weight to it when you're, landing your attacks. And I really, really enjoy that. And I really think, I just love that this game is 100% in one shot. Like, it does not cut. It's going in one motion. Unless you die, of course. Then there's your cut. But overall, no, it's done in one cut. And I can't say that a game has done that, right? And it's a difficult feat to do. Because you're like actual, doing the, camera work. And I don't know how video games do it in that way, but it's never really been done before in video games, and that's one of the crowning achievements for a God of War, along with the story. And quickly say, basic premise: the story, Kratos' wife,
Faye.
Huh?
Faye is her name.
Yeah, Faye. She died. Now I don't know if they go into this more in the story or whatnot. Who knows? Or in the comic, but the whole premise is to take her ashes to the highest peak, and I really like that premise, and it gives a sense of Kratos is trying to teach Atreus, and I really like that. And it comes even across with the side missions, the favors, and how some of these favors are teaching moments for Atreus, and I really, really like those aspects. And it kind of draws the parallel sometimes with the favors of some of these specters, right? Where Kratos understands some of the specters, motivations, their crew, and all this stuff. And I really like that aspect for the favors. And it kind of, shows that, Kratos has matured and has learned from his mistakes from the previous God of War games. And there's also a big reason as to why he says boy. And you're going to play more. I did hear that for the I don't know the ending. My friend's like, you need to watch all the way through the credits because something happens, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And what else can I say? Oh, I want to say the vistas, the backgrounds, all that. It is beautiful, 100% beautiful, and it's just so like it's drop dead gorgeous. And in the game, right, when you're traveling through the lakes and stuff like that, because it's a semi-open world, it's kind of like Metrovania because there's some instances where you kind of have to like backtrack, right? In some instances of the game, and you get new areas, new chests, and all that. And I think that's really awesome. And to upgrade your health and all that, because there's two ways of upgrading your health. It's either getting the apples from the Nonir chests, or you get armor sets that increase vitality. So, yeah, because I'm right almost at 300 health right now. And I'll say this, dude, the World Serpent is awesome. He's really, really awesome. And the way he's in the background, just moving and stuff like that, it is awesome. And I really like that. And overall, not gonna give much away for it, but the story so far is awesome. And I just really want to see how it ends and how it concludes itself and all that. And I gotta give, props to Corey Barlog and what he achieved in this game. And I saw that video of him, tearing up, and he deserved it when he was reacting to the review. And I subscribed to his channel, so you guys should also subscribe to Corey and support him. And also, I gotta say, guys, if you own a PS4, go out and buy God of War, right? Because it is a fantastic game. It is addicting. The story is riveting. The boss battles are awesome. And I'm gonna say this now. I really honestly feel that this might be my game of the generation, like The Last of Us was for the PS3.
Wow.
That's what I'm feeling right now. And I played a lot, right? I played Uncharted 4. I played The Witcher 3, Bloodborne, Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, and all these good games, right? And yeah, God of War is the one that's really blown me away so far. And I can't say any other game has done that besides, which like the games I've listed has, but not to that degree. And always got to give props to the people that put the hard work into making these games. And I'm going to try and make my own review for it, but that's really the impressions I have right now for the game. And my overall takeaway message is any PS4 owners need to support this game because we need more games and more competition for games to be better, right? And all that. And I'm just like, it sets a new standard for gaming. And I feel that many people need to follow suit and many people need to have that same level of passion that Corey does, and also Sony Santa Monica. And also said the voice acting is great. And I love the new voice actor for Kratos, and he conveys more emotions than the previous, voice actor TC Carlson or something like that. I don't know, like the original one's name. And yeah, because like let's be real, if we had TC, right, I don't think we would have that much like range for Kratos in terms of voice acting. And of course, I think his name's something Judge, the new one. And he also did the mocap, and I think he's great as old Kratos and with the Kratos. And gotta say, guys, buy this, support this. We do have another person that played God of War, Inspector, and he'll give you his impressions, and then Taladia can ask questions afterwards or whatnot. Inspector.
Yeah. So overall, of course, I played less than Red Hood. I've played about 10 hours. I've sunk about 10 hours in. My Kratos is only like level 3 or level 2, level 2 going on 3. And I'm like it's one of the most addicting games I've ever played. It's like you said, I'm basically gonna echo what Red Hood said. It's hard, but that difficulty gives you such a level of um like relief. I don't want to say relief, that's the wrong one, but I can't really think of the word that I'm thinking of right now. But that when you finally beat,
It's like a
like,
sense of accomplishment,
yeah,
you know?
accomplishment, that's it.
Yeah.
Like when you're like in a part where there's like 10 different enemies, and like in previous God of Wars that would just be a cakewalk. But in here you have to like measure your shots. You have to like balance light and heavy attacks. If you throw your axe, you're gonna have to know when to call it back, and like keeping enemies airborne and like
And
dodging heavy enemies.
yeah, and
Like
juggle the enemies.
it's very methodical, and that's what I love games that are like really methodical because it gives you like a sense of, I guess, weight to the combat and like heaviness to the combat. And to me, in these type of games, as we were talking about before the live stream, with these big like open world games, I often get, well, not open world, but like semi open world Metroidvania style games. I often get turned around and get lost a lot, and that's happened about 3 times in my 10 hours that I've played. But because I'm currently stuck on a part where I'm like just going around in circles. But overall, it's such a great game. I love the relationship between Kratos and Atreus, and how Atreus is so like ingrained into the gameplay, and how he is basically needed for like the game to work. Because without Atreus, the game would be impossible to beat, because he's so important to like combat and gameplay. And yeah, I've I like the boss battles that I think I've gone like 3 or 4 boss battles. Because I just got out of Alfheim and I'm in the mountain right now, and that's probably like, I don't know, like 15% of the way through the game. Because I've done like some side quests, just like exploring. Exploring is like the story is great, but my favorite part of the game is just exploring, because the world is so dense with mythology, and you learn just like new stuff like with every island that you, or like every part of the map that you explore and find. You just like learn new stuff, and it's just so much fun. And the axes, just be honest, I prefer the axe more than the blades, because the axe just has like a certain heaviness to it, and like, because with the blades, like, yeah, the blades did have like the range and like the cool combos, but like with that axe, you just feel like you're just like chopping people up. With the blades, they're just so light, and they just seem like really floaty. So yeah, I really like, this is definitely the best combat a God of War game has ever had. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Great
Yeah,
game.
exactly. And I do want to say, like, the sound also,
Oh, the score is so good.
yeah, the soundtrack is really amazing. And I'm just like, dude, sounds like freaking like something from a movie, to be honest, like with the
Yeah,
soundtrack and all that. And yet again, gotta give props to Bear. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. McCree. That dude makes a good soundtrack for the game, and some powerful like some epic scores and some like very like emotional scores
yeah.
and all that. And it's like I think like he is very talented. And also the sound like VFX, like especially with
Oh
the like
yeah,
the world serpent, dude. You got like freaking sound bars and stuff like that when like you see the world serpent like talking and stuff, dude. That
yeah.
bass is like choosh.
Oh yeah, it
Yep,
shakes the whole,
yep,
it shakes everything.
exactly. And
The World
yeah.
Serpent is awesome. I love the
Oh,
World
oh
Serpent.
yeah, dude, he's huge. Like you see like
Yeah, dude.
how big he is.
Yep.
And one of the I'll say this like minor complaint, like because okay, I don't read Thor comics, right?
No, I don't
But
either.
I don't know if the World Serpent is in the comics, but like I wish he was if it was about
Well,
Ragnarok and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, because the whole thing about the World Serpent is like World Serpent comes when Ragnarok is.
Hmm.
He basically like if you find all like the murals and stuff, they basically like tell you the story of like Thor and the World Serpent and how Thor fought the World Serpent
Yeah.
and how the World Serpent is stuck on Earth or Midgard as they say in Norse mythology. And
Hmm.
that's how he grew so large to encompass the entire Earth.
Yeah, and I wish he was in there in the like the Thor Ragnarok movie and all that. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Um, yeah, Talai, you got any questions for us? Any comments?
The only thing is I can say is addictive. That game's
Hmm.
too freaking addictive. I mean, one of my friends is actually playing it and she hasn't got off. And it's been 11 hours. 11 hours and she's still playing it. And I'm just like, wow. When is he going to take a break?
Hey man, I feel the same way, dude. I was like right before the podcast, I was playing that and trying to get some good gear. Oh man, the game's so good.
Yeah.
Um,
I love
mhm.
the dwarfs. I love Brock. He just
Brock.
yeah,
Hmm.
Brock is he's like he's just such a dick, but you love him.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I like to say like for Norse, I'm happy that Corey in the beginning said that they're taking liberties with the Norse mythology and they're not strictly being like, okay, this and this will always happen in Norse mythology. They did this with the Greek gods because let's be real. If it was from set stone being 100% authentic with the Greek gods, then you wouldn't really have a God of War game, right? And I like the liberties that they take with that, and having Kratos and Atreus in the game, and it's such an experience. And I may play this maybe 2 or 3 more times after beating it, because I even did that with Uncharted and Last of Us. But yeah, I will say this: um, it's gonna be hard for other games coming out, right? It's gonna be hard for games like Red Dead 2 and even Spider Man to compete with this type of game, because in terms of magnitude, in terms of critical reception, like I don't think any other game is gonna get to that pedigree. It's really hard. I'll say that. Like, do you guys agree? Do you think that it's going to be hard for games to match that level of quality for God of War?
Yep, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Pretty much.
pretty
I
much
think
because let's
yeah.
take a look at like this. Um, Red Dead 2 comes out at the end of the year. Even though it comes out at the end of the year, God of War's got big reception and already it's had a very, very good, you know, very, 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 very good receipt, rating and shit like that. And even with Spider-Man PS4, the same thing. It's like God of War would probably, even though God of War is out, this game will probably last further beyond 2, 3 months. And I can assume this game will be, you know, very popular even by the time September, October time. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that anyway, but we'll have to wait and see,
Mm-hmm.
even
Yeah.
though it's out. So
And Spectre, what do you think? You think it's going to be hard? Like, I don't want to say never, but I
Yeah.
just can't.
Yeah.
It's
Like as Slavia said, like Red Dead 2 has a chance, but like Red Dead 2, like I didn't play the first Red Dead, but Red Dead Redemption. Um, but Red Dead, like I feel Red Dead 2 might kind of like I think it's gonna get great reception because it's a Rockstar game and all
yeah. I
that.
think it'll get great reception. I don't think it'll get
But
to that
yeah,
degree.
I don't think yeah, I
yeah,
don't think
I
it's
think as
like
well.
I don't think until the next Naughty Dog game comes out, whenever that's gonna be, which is Last of Us Part 2, which is next year. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think and like I don't think it's gonna be matched until next year when Death Stranding and Last of Us 2 comes out. I don't think it's going to be matched until then. Like
Mhm.
Detroit Become Human will try, but like all Quantum Dream games are an acquired taste.
Oh yeah, they are. They are.
Half people don't like them and half people love them. Like I'm not a fan of those type of games, so I'm not going to get Detroit Become Human.
Mhm.
So yeah, and plus like I don't think a Quantic Dream game has gotten like universal acclaim since Heavy Rain.
Yeah, but from hearing, gaming journalists and stuff like that, they're saying that this may be their best game yet, though. So
Okay.
from hearing that, that's what everything's been pointing to, is that this Quantic Dream game will be better than Heavy Rain, but I don't think to the degree of,
Yeah,
God of War.
God of War was such like a departure from like when you look at Quantum Dream games, they basically have the same formula all the time. Like choices, basically quick time event driven.
Oh yeah,
heavy.
I will say this, for them, it's super hard to make a bunch of different, endings and different outcomes and all that, because like that script, like what I heard, that script was very, very long for them to make.
Yeah,
because like, let's be real, like games like Telltale, at times they don't do that, right?
Yeah.
They have that similar the illusion of choice.
But
Quantic Dream games have an actual choice.
But if you look at God of War, like it's totally different from the previous God of War.
Oh yeah.
Like, Santa Monica just like blew it out of the water. Like they totally changed up the combat. They changed the gameplay.
The graphics looks
they look amazing.
It's the same engine, but it's just upgraded engine. But
it's the best way to explain it.
Yes, the same thing with like Guerrilla and Horizon, where Guerrilla was known for doing Killzone, and they just blew Horizon out of the park.
Yeah.
So,
but the best way to explain it is just it's better than anything out there right now. It blew. I think it's blown Horizon Zero Dawn out the water. To be fair.
Yeah. I played both. I think so.
And they're two totally different games. So
that's true.
Like because Horizon is an action RPG, and like God of War is kind of like an RPG.
I mean, but like the way that the graphics and the way that they presented it as well is kind of blown out the water. To be fair.
Yeah, that's true. I won't argue that.
So some other interesting things I found out. I know I forgot who it is, Mike Ybarra. He's an executive at Xbox. I know he got some flack for streaming God of War on Mixer. Mixer is like Microsoft's platform of streaming. The fanboys attacked him for playing God of War, and I wanted to listen to one of his God of War streams, right? And oh gosh, this man complained quite a bit, and I've never seen any gamer complain like he did for a bit, because I've seen people, because I want to see some reactions to the gameplay and stuff like that for people, right? And Mike Ybarra was just like, to be honest, Far Cry 5 on the Xbox One X has better textures than God of War and on the PS4 Pro, if I'm being honest. And I'm just like, yo, I've seen Far Cry 5 on the Xbox One X, and then I saw God of War on PS4 Pro, and I'm playing mine on the launch PS4. No, I disagree 100% with this statement in terms of textures, in terms of everything. And I look on the floor, dude, and there's no muddled textures at all. It is like very good textures in the game, like amazing. And he's an Xbox executive. I get it, but it's like you gotta call a spade, right? And say, listen, you're wrong. It's like, you're wrong, and then saying, oh, I don't like how some of the they're not even cutscenes, but you can't call them cutscenes, right? Because they don't cut. So it's like,
they're not really cutscenes. They're just like I can't.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
really describe them because it's such free flowing.
Yeah, because it's a one shot, so they're not cutscenes. Like Uncharted is cutscenes because they do cuts and stuff like that. They don't really like do what God of War does in this game, where it's a one shot. I don't know. Yeah, but for me, yeah, he's complaining about like how there's times where the game takes control and stuff like that, and I'm just like, dude, those are like the really like amazing set pieces. Like, I think he was talking more in particular with the stranger, and I was like, dude, that was amazing, and you still are having control and fighting him, and hitting him through the trees and all that, which was great. So I still understand, he's trying to, downplay God of War, but God of War it's too good, to be honest. And well, what do you guys think about him comparing Far Cry 5's textures with God of War textures?
That's so stupid.
It's so stupid. It's ridiculous. There's no need to even to go into it. It's just ridiculous.
And plus, you're comparing a multi-platform game to an exclusive.
Yeah.
So, and plus, like, I don't even know what engine Far Cry 5 is on. Like,
yeah, I think they
have their own.
Don't use. Yeah, I think maybe they have their own engine, but to be honest, I feel like Far Cry 5 looks just exactly like Far Cry 4 in those games.
Yeah, looks exactly like Far Cry 4. Just
in terms of graphics and
yeah.
Yeah, but I guess because he's an Xbox executive, he has to downplay stuff. And has to make his stream happy to try and crap on on God of War. But I was like, whatever. Yeah, but I think that is it. Quickly, because we were talking about Detroit Become Human, I guess we can talk about Detroit Become Human's demo. It came out yesterday. Yeah, it came out yesterday on the PSN store. I still haven't downloaded it. I will probably download it when I get a chance, maybe after finals. I think it's smart, and because it's hard to market a game like this, right? With a bunch of choices and how your choice affects different scenes that affects your different ending and whatnot. It's hard to market a game, and I think having a demo will help bring that marketing into a better spotlight, right? And overall, do you guys agree with this decision? You think that it's a good choice on Quantic Dream / Sony to release the demo on the PSN store?
Yes. Yeah. The reason behind that is because, don't forget, it's just come out after God of War.
Mm-hmm.
So all the hype after God of all the hype still is there for God of War. So this will give a chance for people to see what other things Sony has to offer, and Detroit obviously being that it's coming out next month, right?
Yeah, May 25th.
Yeah, so next month, I can see that this is a perfect timing just to say, hey, look, this is about a 10-minute gameplay you can get. This is what we can offer you. But if you want to get the full game, you can purchase it, once you completed the demo so you can see what it is. And I just hope that this demo proves to be a very good one. And I believe, even though there hasn't been many other studios who have done that, I think it's a perfect smart choice by I can't remember the name of the studio that's doing
Quantic
it.
Dreams.
Quantic Dreams.
By Quantic Dreams, yeah. So that's actually a good choice by them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Inspector, you said it was a good idea.
Yeah, I basically echo your sentiments, Redwood.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a good decision. Do I think it's going to sell as much as God of War? No. But it's to be expected, right?
Because Quantic Dream games have their certain audience.
Yeah, it's like a niche type of audience. I think it'll sell like maybe 2 to 3 million, and that's about it, right? And it's still going to turn a profit and get a lot of revenue, even if it's 2 to 3 million. But overall, yeah, it's very hard to make a script that has different scenes that plays out to different endings. And I gotta give props to Quantic Dreams. But another interesting news for Quantic Dreams, they're suing the people for the allegations that have been said about them and, about David Cage and all that to the publications that, wrote those stories. So I find this very, very interesting, right? For a multitude of reasons, it seems like, they're very confident in these, to sue them, right? And granted, it's to, generate more, marketing as well. I highly doubt it. I think it's because that those type of allegations can make or break a game studio. Even movie production companies, right, and all that. You saw that with Rat Pack, right? With people accusing him of that, and that I think was true or whatnot. But in David Cage's instance, it may not be true, and now there's suing those publications for doing that. And for me, if it's not true, yeah, sue them. It's they did try to damage your image and your company and game, so it is what it is, right? Inspector, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's right for them to sue because it's kind of like, I guess, defamation. Are they suing them for defamation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense since those are like huge allegations. It makes sense that they're suing them for defamation.
Yeah.
And like you said, like these allegations could make or break the studio. So very smart move from Quantic Dream and David Cage.
Yep. What about you, Claudia? What do you think?
I'm just gonna say I'm echoing what inspectors have said.
Okay. Yep. All right. So now we're gonna be doing our E3 predictions.
Spicy.
And I quickly say Marvel DC fan was in the comment section saying, "Sorry, boys, for not being there. Something came up, but next time I'll be there." Marvel DC fan will probably be coming back right when we come back, which is in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
But now E3 predictions. I guess we're gonna go with Microsoft. Predict what they may or may not show, right? So I'm gonna go with my predictions, right? Microsoft will be showing the next Forza game. Forza Horizon, is it 3 or 4? I don't even know the number anymore.
Forza Horizon 3 came out 2 years ago now, so I think this is.
So it's 4. Okay, Forza Horizon 4. They're gonna be showing that. It's gonna be releasing this year. They're gonna be showing Minecraft updates. Of course, they always do this all the time, right?
Look at all this Minecraft.
Exactly. Dude, I remember my prediction. Remember my prediction last year? I was like, watch them be like Minecraft 4K. Minecraft 4K. It's gonna happen.
Minecraft 4K. That's
and then
last year.
Yeah, and then it came out and it was like, yo, you guys like Minecraft? Well, it's gonna be in 4K with the Xbox One X. And I was like, oh snap.
You get to see these pixels in 4K.
Yeah, which are pixels within pixels.
That's what I like this guy to say.
Yeah. Okay. So Minecraft update with new content and whatnot. I think you're gonna see something with PUBG, right?
Yeah.
I think also. What else? Dang it! You're gonna see something with Anthem because they have the marketing rights. You're gonna probably see them with Splinter Cell marketing rights, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider. I think they're gonna have Shadow of the Tomb Raider marketing rights. That'll probably be shown on their stage, right?
Sure. After the whole Rise.
I think so. I don't think Sony is gonna get the marketing rights.
Or is Crystal even gonna give marketing rights?
But it's not Crystal though doing it.
Oh, it's not Crystal.
It's Eidos Montreal.
Oh yes. Or is Eidos even going to give marketing rights? Or are they just gonna?
I don't know. A game has to have marketing rights with a company, so it's like Rockstar is like with Sony, Red Dead. I'm gonna say that's my predictions. You could predict it being with Sony or something like that, but I'm gonna say Shadow of the Tomb Raider marketing rights will be there with Splinter Cell. Battlefield 1 will also be there for not Battlefield 1. Battlefield 5 will have marketing rights for Xbox. What other Xbox exclusives will they show?
they'll probably show like
Sea of Thieves new content. I want to say Sea of Thieves new content. They're gonna have like maybe some DLC or whatnot, because the game's dying off, so they need to put maybe a new new pig skin or something like that, Maybe the new color of skeletons, and maybe they'll actually finish with the Kraken's body, something that needs to be in the game, fundamentally speaking. Anyways, I'm gonna say, should I be daring with these predictions? You know what? I'm gonna say there's gonna be a new Banjo-Kazooie game. A new Banjo-Kazooie game. And it's not going to be done by Rare. I think also you're going to get a Halo 6 CGI trailer. It's not going to come out this year.
No, you're not going to predict Crackdown?
Crackdown, right? Oh, they're going to probably say Crackdown 3 will be coming out. You know what? No. I'm going to be bold with this. Crackdown 3 will be coming out next year. Because let's be real, it's basically done now. Like in terms of it releasing anytime, September is a bad, and I'll emphasize this, a bad schedule to release your game. You got Spider-Man, and you got Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and you got Spyro. And then October, you got Call of Duty and Red Dead 2. So no, Crackdown needs to go somewhere else.
Okay.
Crackdown 3. I'll say there's going to be a beta for Crackdown 3 for their multiplayer this summer.
Call of Duty?
No, Call of Duty will probably be with Sony again.
Yeah, Call of Duty is Sony.
So I think I'm going to say there's going to be a Fable CGI trailer. Fable 4 CGI trailer.
It wouldn't be Fable 4, is it? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's 4. And it's going to be made by the Forza Horizon team, Playground Studios. Yeah, I think that's really it. My actual bold predictions are just a new Banjo-Kazooie game, Crackdown 3, releasing in 2019. And you'll get a beta for the multiplayer in Fable 4 CGI trailer, along with a Halo 6 CGI trailer. And those won't be coming out this year. Be coming out next year. All right, we'll go with Taladia because you're an Xbox gamer and all that. Yes. And what are your predictions for the Xbox?
Unfortunately, I'm an Xbox gamer, but my predictions are Horizon, obviously, every year. Halo, obviously, because it's a big thing. Minecraft, because they've got to show something for Minecraft, because all those little kiddies want something. And I also think this possibility of EA just, giving Anthem a big boost, something what you said, and possibly a different, indie games, different indie games.
Oh, I completely forgot to say. My other prediction is Ori and the Blind Forest sequel will also be shown, like a demo or something like that for a release date.
Yeah, wait, doesn't EA have marketing rights with EA for their sports line?
Yeah, EA have the rights to sports, but I don't think they'll be on the Microsoft platform. I think everything will be on PlayStation platform currently. I think that because that's just me though. But like I said, I think we're gonna get lot of indie developers coming in there. I don't think there'll be many second party or first party developers coming in. I don't think that, because Microsoft has really messed up, and yet again they let us down because they allowed H1Z1 to be on PlayStation now. If you guys don't know that, they've kind of done that now, and it's kind of sucks. But yeah, that's what I think. That's my prediction.
All right, man. Cool. You got the Halo 6. You think Halo 6 will come out when they announce it? You think it's going to be coming out this year or next year?
2019.
Okay, that makes sense.
It doesn't look like a 2018 game to me.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Inspector, your bold predictions for what Microsoft will have.
I'm not really good at making bold predictions, but I'll say what you said. Forza definitely, Minecraft definitely, Battlefield definitely.
Oh yeah, I forgot Battlefield.
Splinter Cell, yes. I wonder where they're gonna go. Maybe just reboot.
Yeah, that's like the rumors. This is a reboot. I don't know if it's true or not. So.
Maybe Tomb Raider. I don't know. Maybe Sony. Maybe they'll give Sony the rights, because I just feel with how Rise came out that Microsoft wants to stay away from Tomb Raider. But what else? Oh no, like Crackdown. As you said, I think Crackdown will come out next year, just because, like, just the Fallout's too packed. Like, especially with Spider-Man and Call of Duty coming out a month earlier than it usually does. And maybe they could fit it in, maybe at like where Assassin's Creed usually is, like end of October, but that would be a stretch.
And yeah, we're forgetting that the new Smash Bros. Game is coming out this year. So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, like, I don't really have any other predictions.
Mm-hmm. All right, now we're going for Nintendo. Nintendo seems like they're gonna have a better conference than Microsoft, from what I'm hearing and predicting. All right, so Nintendo, they're gonna be showing off the new Pokemon game. I know people think it's coming out this year. Bold predictions coming out next year. The Pokemon game, you'll see some maybe gameplay screenshots of the new Pokemon game on their E3 press conference, but that will be coming out next year. Super Smash Bros. We got the trailer for the game at the last Nintendo Direct, and it said it was coming out this year. My prediction is coming out in November. We'll be seeing probably some gameplay, and they'll probably have like demo stations at E3 as well. And that's really the bold prediction, is coming out in November for Smash Bros. We also, I think they'll show off Fire Emblem. The new Fire Emblem game is supposed to be also coming out this year. I don't know when that bold prediction, maybe in October. I don't know. That's my bold prediction for the Fire Emblem game. I think you'll get maybe one more small trailer for the Octopath Traveler game coming out in like June or July, and I'm really excited for that game. That's another bold prediction here. Also, I think we're gonna get a trailer for Bayonetta 3. It's not gonna be coming out this year; it'll be coming out next year. So that's very, very good for Bayonetta 3. And also, I think you're probably gonna get a couple of multi-platform games to go on the Switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know which multi-platform games, to be honest. I'll say that they might announce the Spyro trilogy remake for the Nintendo Switch at E3, and also I'm gonna say Shin Megami Tensei. You'll also get a trailer for that. And you probably get a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 expansion trailer as well. And I'm trying to think what other things that they could possibly have, because I already really talked about the big games that they'll be showing and some of the small games. Yeah, no, those are gonna, I guess, be my predictions for Nintendo. I think, you know what, I'm gonna be bold and say there's gonna be a new Donkey Kong game. They're gonna announce a new Donkey Kong game, and that'll come out probably next year or the year after. But Donkey Kong, my prediction, new one. And that's a really kind of the bold prediction there. All right, Inspector, what do you think Nintendo is going? What are your predictions for Nintendo? I also say they're probably going to talk more about their online features as well that people are paying for. So.
Like, I can't really speak much because I don't really follow Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess Metroid, maybe more Zelda stuff, Smash, and I can't really say anything else.
A few. Any bold predictions you think Like any like what do you think would Nintendo I don't need for the
Maybe
E3?
just bring, I guess, more multi-platform games on the system. I
Mm-hmm.
guess that's all.
All right. Claudia, what are your predictions slash bold predictions for Nintendo?
I'm just gonna echo on what you say
Mhm.
because that's just me.
All right. Give me one bold prediction, like one thing that might happen or something like that, like or one thing you want to happen.
Pokemon, another Pokemon game.
You want another Pokemon. Do you think it's coming out this year or next year?
They'll announce like announcement trailer for this year, but it'll be like a next year game
Okay.
because it makes logical sense.
Okay, I got you. All right, now
The
we
big
are
boy.
down for Sony, right? So my predictions for Sony, well, they're not predictions because some of it's been confirmed, right? Last of Us Part Two. Neil Druckmann at PSX confirmed that they will be there to show gameplay. So yeah, I think both predictions. There's not gonna be a release date, but the release, year, which will be 2019, because of the composers saying it's coming out in 2019 is a very big indicator when the game is coming out that year. He didn't give a specific date; he gave a specific year, so that makes sense, right? I also think I don't know if Ghost of Tsushima was announced for E3. I think it might have been, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be at E3. You're going to see a gameplay demo, kind of like God of War, at E3 2016, and that will have a release window or for 2019. I think we're going to see Days Gone again, which is going to be very strange because we're going to have Last of Us at that E3 as well. That, or they save Days Gone for like Paris Games Week or something like that. I think that's their best bet, but I think they're going to show Days Gone as well. Release window will be, they're going to give a release date, and my thinking of what the release date will be is February of 2019. Kind of like how they did it with Horizon Zero Dawn coming out in February. I want to say because Spider-Man is coming out in September, I think there will be one more trailer for the game. Granted, it could be a story trailer or it could be a gameplay trailer. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a demo like there was at the E3 of 2017 for Spider-Man. I think that we're going to see more of a story trailer. And I think you're going to see Call of Duty Black Ops 4 be there and a lot of people booing it because of the rumors. And when they hear the Battle Royale, they're going to get more boos. I think Destiny will be there in some capacity with their talking about their expansion. The multi-platform. I think, my bold prediction: Kingdom Hearts 3 will be there at the PlayStation press conference with the announcement of their release date, and I'm going to think Kingdom Hearts will come out in November this year. So, yep. Kind of going over things, right? I think we're gonna get a bold prediction. Bloodborne 2. You're here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Bloodborne 2 will be announced. Do I believe it? No, but that's my bold prediction. Is Bloodborne 2 is going to be announced for the E3 of 2018 for Sony, and they're going to have one game like they did with Crash Bandicoot, Medieval, right? The remake for that game. I think they're gonna show that trailer like they did with Crash Bandicoot. But other than that, they're gonna show some PlayStation VR games. Yeah, but that's really it for the E3 predictions for Sony and the a couple bold predictions that I did with like Bloodborne 2 confirmed. Inspector, what are your E3 predictions for Sony, and what are your bold predictions for Sony?
Um,
Oh, also, my other bold prediction is you're able to change your PSN name. Booyah.
oh wow.
That's my bold prediction there.
Okay. For me, I'm like for the simple predictions, like you said, Last of Us, they're gonna reveal the release year, not the release date. I don't even think a release window, but just 2019. I think with Days Gone, they might reveal the release window of spring 2019. I don't think that's a bold prediction. I think that's a pretty predictable prediction. Spider-Man is probably gonna get a trailer, but not a demo. What else? Dreams is probably gonna be there.
I completely forgot about that. Damn.
Yeah, since they're totally like repurposing it. And
Yeah, because like it looks more
gonna,
interesting now than it did when they
yeah,
first announced it.
Dreams is probably gonna be there, and it's probably gonna be announced for 2019, probably fall 2019. It's not a bold prediction, but it's a thing I want. I really want Twisted Metal to come back, but I doubt it's ever gonna come back.
Mhm.
That'd be like a great surprise, but I doubt it will come back. What else? Ghost of Tsushima, probably a gameplay trailer, and maybe a release year, maybe not. I'm kind of iffy on that prediction. I don't think they're gonna, because I don't know how long Sucker Punch has been working on this game. So
they've been working on it probably since after Infamous Second Son. And Infamous Second Son came out 2014, I believe.
Yeah.
So about 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So once 2018 hits, that'll be about 5 years. So that makes sense. It would be coming out 2019.
And just to make Taladia happy, I'm gonna say Rocksteady's game is gonna be announced.
That's a bold prediction.
You would say that. Okay.
Yeah, but that'd be a cool thing. Even though I think, I mean, yeah, Sony does have
a lot
the
of
WB marketing rights,
mm-hmm.
so I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they announced it there or not, because it's kind of like up in the air. But that'd be a cool like ending thing.
Mm-hmm.
If they were like, oh, and here's a new game, then it would just be a CGI trailer. It wouldn't be anything big. It would probably just be like a 2-minute CGI trailer.
Okay.
So those are my predictions for Sony.
All right, Todd, what about you? What are the bold predictions? What are your normal predictions and whatnot?
My bold predictions are simple. Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding.
I completely forgot about Death Stranding.
Yeah, I completely forgot about Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, guys. How can you guys forget about that game? Please, come on, guys.
Yeah, I think I'll say this. There's going to be a gameplay demo of Death Stranding.
Okay.
I think so.
So, yeah, Death Stranding. I'm also predicting a one final trailer for Spider-Man PS4. I believe it'll probably just be like an amped up thing so people can be ready for the release date. Also, Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm assuming we're going to get another trailer for that. I'm also predicting probably not, what's it called? The Last of Us. Sorry, The Last of Us 2. I'm assuming we'll probably get a trailer for that. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, they confirmed gameplay, though. Confirmed gameplay.
Confirmed gameplay? Then
okay. At the PSX event, they were like, yeah, we're going to be showing off gameplay at E3 2018.
Okay, Ghost of Tsushima. I know that we're going to get that. I'm also predicting, Rocksteady's next project.
A bold prediction.
Well, hey, guys. As it might be just a CGI trailer saying whatever game it'll be either 2018. As I think that will be a very bold prediction. Even though it's a bold prediction,
Did you say coming out 2018?
Yeah,
My man, that is a very bold prediction.
might be a bold prediction.
That's not even a bold prediction. That's a
Very bold prediction,
gambling man prediction.
But guys, trust me on this. I mean, they've been hinting at this game for the last God knows how many 2 years now it's been since they've been hinting at another project and they haven't said anything. But I think it'll just be like Arkham Knight, where they'll just say coming soon, 2018, and boom.
I don't know, man, because they don't got a lot of.
And then they'll delay it to
wiggle room,
like they did with.
No, because WB have got a big space at E3. Not many people know that, but they have got a big space at E3, and the only game which is confirmed to be, which is announced so far is the Lego Batman game. Sorry, not Lego Batman. Sorry, Lego Incredibles game. Sorry, not Lego Batman. Sorry, Lego Incredibles game. So that's just the only game which is confirmed so far. So the only thing I'm also probably predicting as well is NetherRealm's next project, which is also MK11. I'm also predicting that because it's always happened where a year after Injustice has come out, they come up with another game.
Yeah,
I'm also predicting that.
It's not going to be at the conference. My guess is in the next few weeks, Boone is going to start teasing.
Yeah,
and they're going to release a trailer like a week before E3, like they usually do.
Yeah, they did that for Justice and
then
a CGI trailer.
This is NetherRealm's usual marketing schedule. They announced the game in June. We get a bunch of info up front. They have like a E3 demo, whatever. They give us like a steady amount. They give us like a reveal at Evo. They give us a reveal at Gamescom. Total drought during the fall, and then news picks back up in January up until release. That's like the typical NetherRealm.
And then you start seeing, the gameplay and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also predicting as well for Sony's press conference that we'll probably get a lot of indie developers coming in, new indie developers.
Really? Because like a lot of their focus has never been on indies anymore, like they used to be.
No, but
I forgot about
Days
Gone. Did I say Days Gone? I think I had it.
Yeah, you said Days Gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Days Gone. So we'll put Days Gone in as well. And also possibly as well, H1Z1, just give us something to go along with that.
No, I got a bold prediction. Team Ico announces their next project.
What's Team Ico?
The people that made
Shadow of the
Colossus, The Last Guardian, and Eco.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
you win 10 years with that game.
10 years.
The Last Guardian.
The Last Guardian.
I mean, remember we talked about that code name, Beauty and the Beast, so they might be showing that.
But it's but guys, trust me with my predictions. Even though I got like a couple of one bold prediction
and one gambling prediction.
All right. Gambling prediction, yes.
Yeah, 2018, man.
But I know, but it would actually blow. This would actually blow Spider-Man PS4 out the water, though.
How would it? Because they got a bunch of competing games to face. They got Call of Duty, they got Red Dead, they got Spyro, they got Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they got Ubisoft games coming out in fall.
We'll have to wait and see, though. We'll have to wait and see. But this is just my prediction, though. But we'll have to wait and see. But Ubisoft, mentioning on about that, they have their own press conference. What is your prediction on that?
Do we want to do that right now?
We're going to go back to that. But I actually have a bold prediction for Microsoft. They announced marketing rights for the Avengers project. They're going to be marketing the Avengers project.
Oh, snap. That is a bold prediction.
You're going to have a trailer for Avengers project at the conference.
That would be interesting. I would want to see that. Like how Sony would be like, yo, we're supposed to be partners here.
That's the only way that Rocksteady would announce their next game to compete with Avengers.
The Avengers. I know for sure, though, that because the Avengers project, even though it got announced 2016, 2017?
Yeah, 2016. 2017, yeah. 2017.
I'm sure they've got to show something. Surely. They've got to show a CGI trailer.
They're going to have to show something because with all the hype with Infinity War.
They want to go through. They want to ride the wave. Technically, Spider-Man's going to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Spider-Man PS4, right? That also is going to be there.
But that comes out in September.
Yeah, I know, but
But
what
they can't put up
with
people
what we're gonna
filtering.
be talking about later, which
Like,
makes sense.
that doesn't really like the only like thing that you can link Infinity War with Spider-Man is the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like with the pre-order thing, like that's their thing. It's like pre-order
They
now for the Iron Spider suit, which
but with the Avengers game, it's an Avengers game, so you have the whole
oh
market.
no, I'm not arguing that. I'm saying though for Spider-Man, it's gonna get people from the Avengers movie and stuff like that to go and pre-order the game.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think like people like Tom Holland and some other people will actually get the game for sure from the Avengers cast. But I think personally though, for E3 though, they'll probably have the Spider-Man PS4 game being there, and they'll probably even show the next pre-order bonus. Who knows? Because there was a leak for the Iron Spider suit, which did get leaked before they announced it, and officially announced, I should say. So I'm just saying that this could be the case with the Spider-Man PS4 game being at E3, showing something, probably it's the third bonus, thing, and it'll probably be the wrestling suit, knowing them, because that's the way thing. But the one thing you guys should also take into consideration: this year's E3 will be a big one, a very, very big one for Sony, because they have to show a lot. They have to.
But hopefully their conference is better than last year's, because last year they showed a lot of games, but
it was only an hour last year. Remember, last year it was only an hour. This year,
well, remember, technically, all the other games were at Paris Games Week, and the rumors were going around saying that their conference was supposed to be about 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
And what they did, they saw Microsoft's press conference, right?
Right.
And they said, this was what the rumor was going around now. Take it with a grain of salt, but I kind of believe this rumor right now, is that they had a 2-hour press conference if Microsoft was going to have an amazing press conference. They saw that. They saw Microsoft's press conference, was like, we don't need to show that much. We're going to take the second half of our press conference and move it into Paris Games Weeks.
And I think it harmed them, because they're like, even though they showed a lot of good games, their conference last year wasn't good. Like, as a conference, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good last year, because I remember how long it took them. Last year it was a year, not a year, a month, not a month, an hour stream, and it was just like, what? That's it? Because they ended with Spider-Man PS4, and it was just like,
it went by so quick.
It went by so quick, and they need to increase that. Personally, they need to increase it.
I don't disagree, but I'm saying though they had no need after seeing Microsoft's press conference. Like,
I think it's gonna be tough this year, because they don't have Andrew House, and they don't have
Well, Andrew House was never at the place. He always has
Sean.
They don't have Sean Layden though. Sean Layden left.
No, Sean's there.
Sean is there.
Yeah, Sean's still there.
Sean's still there? I thought he left.
No, Sean never left. Andrew House left.
Andrew House left, yeah. He's gone to do his own thing.
Because Sean was still with Sony. Like, he was even at the God of War live stream thing.
Yeah, so it's like, here's what I think though. It's like Sean will be there and he'll announce a bunch of games, but they need to up their ante this year. If they don't up the ante and they don't increase the number of hours they have for E3, I think it'll be a big failure on their part, because they even though they showed too much things at PSX, I think they should have just waited until E3, because it would have made more sense at E3. A lot of people would be there, and I think E3, the Sony press conference for E3, my predictions don't make more sense than anything else. And I know before you say it, the Rocksteady is a gambling prediction. It's just because I just think the whole Avengers project thing would be there as well. I think that myself. I think the Avengers project might be there, because they have because the it's 2018 now, and they surely should have something to announce. Surely.
I'm just saying it's not gonna come out this year though. Like, maybe if it comes out, maybe they announce it.
If they put an Arkham Knight on us, I don't
think they're gonna say it comes out this year and it gets delayed. No, I think it's coming out next year.
coming out next year, probably in conjunction. Well, not in
What do you
conjunction.
think
Like
it is
that's
then?
close
Here's a
behind.
question for you guys. What do you think it is?
What do you
Just
mean?
as a prediction,
But-
bold prediction.
As
What
a
do you
bold
think?
prediction, I think, like, because the
I'm gonna
Avengers.
say March.
Oh, for a release date, I thought, yeah.
No, not as a release date. What do you think the project would have been?
Wait, what do you mean? Like what? I'm super confused as a question.
Yeah, like I was thinking, because the Avengers project is just a placeholder name. That's not the actual name.
Yeah.
Are we talking? Oh, I was talking about Superman coming out next year.
Yeah.
No. We're just like, what do you think it is?
I think the big bombshell is they're going to announce as Ultimate Alliance 3. I think that's going to.
You think Ultimate Alliance 3?
I think
That'd be weird just having Crystal Dynamics make that type of game, though. You know what I mean? From going from like Tomb Raider.
I know, but Raven. I don't think Raven is in business anymore. Raven Software.
No, Raven is.
No.
They're making the battle royale for Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Right.
Oh God, Monkas. I'm not.
Yeah. It's weird because like Raven did those games with Activision, but
Right.
Activision doesn't have the rights to Marvel anymore.
Yeah, they lost it.
They lost the rights to Spider-Man. They lost the rights to Spider-Man as well.
It makes sense that like because like if you look at the Ultimate Alliance games, one was its own story,
Mm-hmm.
two was Civil War, Secret War,
which
like,
wasn't good.
I liked the first 3/4 of 2, and then it totally went off the rails when it got to like the nanite stuff, which was stupid.
Nanite Sun. Great.
Yeah,
name.
and then I just think that would get a huge pop because Ultimate Alliance is like a name brand series. So,
Okay.
and I think what they're doing with Avengers projects is that, like, as a placeholder name, they're just like marketing the main Avengers because those are the most marketable ones. So when they announce that as Ultimate Alliance, they could put the main ones at the forefront and then just put everyone behind them, like they pretty much did with the other games.
True.
But it's like, you know, I think you're right. I think you're onto something. You know, Inspector. I think it probably will be an Ultima Alliance 3 because people have been asking, and that's where Rocksteady would have to come in.
Yeah, I've been begging for Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, so I think that's where, because if they announce that at E3 as a prediction, I think then that's when Rocksteady will come in and boom, everything or everyone's dreams come true.
It's like, I don't know how far in advance they plan these conferences. Like I don't know if it's like 6 months in advance or like they start planning.
It's
like
probably 9 months in advance.
Yeah.
My best guess is 9 months in advance.
Yeah, because they have to have all these people like agree to show their games, and like they have to get marketing rights and all that stuff. It's a lot of hoops to jump through.
There's a lot of things they have to go through. It's not 3 months, not 6 months. It's actually 9 months because don't forget VGAs and all of that. But after, but before that, you've got to think about when you want to show your game and this, that, and the other.
Right.
I also believe as well we probably even get something for the Walking Dead season 3, something to do with that.
Season 4.
Season 4.
My man.
They've done with the Walking Dead, aren't they?
Isn't
Telltale done with Walking Dead?
No, I'm saying that it's season 4/season final. The final season finale. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, but that's just me though. But let's move on. Let's talk about another subject.
Is that all?
It's one more question regarding E3. If we were to, I guess, rank which one would be the best and which one would be the worst, like what would you guys choose? And I'll go first. I think Sony will go first, Nintendo second, and Microsoft last.
In terms of like
their presentation and what's
Sony is always last. Sony is going to be last.
No. I'm saying no in terms of what you think. You're ranking them.
Oh, like, ranking them. I thought you meant like time wise.
No.
No.
I'm gonna put Sony up there. If we're just talking about the main three, I don't pay attention to Nintendo, so I guess I'll just go with Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft. But like, to be honest, I would probably throw Ubisoft because Ubisoft has been killing it these past couple years at E3. So I think Ubisoft would be my number 2. But if we're just talking the main 3, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what do you think? What would you be? What would the ranking for you be?
The ranking for me would have to be would be Microsoft being third. Last would actually be Ubisoft, I think.
We're just doing the big 3.
We're just doing the big 3. We're just doing Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Oh, so Sony would be first. Microsoft would be second, and then Nintendo second, and Microsoft third. Because even though I'm an Xbox guy, that is the way they probably got the games. Then they don't really have any exclusives, and to be fairly, I'm very disappointed by it. And with Sony, I know they've got tons of exclusives, and the same thing can be said with Nintendo. So I think those 2 companies would be top 2.
Yeah, this dude's gonna be getting a PS4 soon, supposedly.
Soon, maybe.
Man, you get a possible game of the generation, and you say maybe, my man.
Maybe it's like it's a 50-50 thing at the moment, man. I've just spoken to people, I've got to, twist people's arms and
twist people's arms. What's this like? Never mind.
Yeah, I'll tell you after the stream.
No, you're robbing some people. You're robbing some people.
No, I'll tell you after the stream. So is there anything else? So before
we're gonna be done with this. Albert Pinello, who's been a Xbox executive for 15 years, has basically resigned and is leaving Xbox. I remember when Andrew House was doing something, and he was at PlayStation for 25 years. A lot of Xbox people were like, "Oh, Andrew House is scared of the Xbox One X." That's why he's resigning. And then it's just like, okay, buddy. Or, it's, he's been working there for 25 years, He just wanted to retire. And he was emotional about it, too. Okay. Am I going to say the same thing? Is Albert scared of PlayStation? If I were to be honest? No, he's not scared of PlayStation. He's been doing it for 15 years. Maybe he wants to do a new avenue of life. I'm not going to really go into, that type of stuff. Yeah, that's really my takeaway is he's probably done with this and he just wants to do new avenues and new things and maybe work at a different gaming company. Who knows? Talati, you're an Xbox guy. What do you think about Albert Pinello leaving Xbox?
No words.
No words. All right, Inspector, what do you think?
Like you said, I don't think it's about these stupid console wars because console wars are stupid. But yeah, I think he just wants new avenues. He's been working at Microsoft for 15 years, so I think he just wants to move on. And good on him. He's not like that other executive that we talked about earlier in the podcast, where he was just acting like a snobby Microsoft fan because he's a Xbox executive. But yeah, good on him. I wish him the best in his future endeavors wherever he ends up.
Yep. All righty. So now we are going to talk some movie news. There's not much movie news, to be honest, but there are some movie news regardless. Now, James Cameron, we got to talk about this man.
Oh my God.
This man stirs up controversy left and right. Last year.
I have a big ego. I made Aliens in Terminator 2 and Titanic and Avatar.
And then he's like, the first thing he did was, the Wonder Woman stuff, and he had words about that, and he's known for trying to
stir up. He just loves ruffle. He loves ruffling feathers.
Yeah, with the superhero and genre and comic book, movies. He's just like, he hopes the Avenger fatigue and superhero fatigue sets in, and I'm just like, why? Why? So we can get other stories, for different people.
Like four Avatar sequels that you're
And
doing.
yeah, exactly. I was just like I like James Cameron. I think he's a good director, but when he says stuff like this, says stuff like this, I'm just like, what? That doesn't make any sense. You want stories not like the Avengers or superhero movies, but you want it to open up more doors for other stories. How does that work? I'm super confused because it's Marvel Studios are making their own movies. How does this affect other movies being made? Is beyond me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he just maybe it's because he's also scared about Avatar 2 not doing that much in terms of money like the first one did, and maybe that's why it's taking forever to do.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to make the CGI as groundbreaking as Avatar 1 was, right? And I'm not gonna blame him for wanting to do stuff like that and waiting to create new tech and try to innovate. Good on him, but for saying stuff like that he hasn't made a superhero movie and he doesn't know any of the inner workings of how to make a superhero movie or adapting a superhero movie. It's just like you need to chill a bit, right? Because you're really asking for people to kind of hate on you. And listen, I'm not going to be the one to hate, but I'm like, you're kind of asking for it. You know what I mean? Granted, does he actually hate them? Because he says he likes them, but he wants the fatigue. So it's very, he makes contradiction. He contradicts himself, and I just don't understand why he wants to contradict himself when making statements. I like the Avengers, but I think there needs to be fatigue, right? I don't think there's going to be superhero fatigue. People keep saying, there's going to be superhero fatigue, superhero fatigue, superhero fatigue. They said that with,
I don't know if you know Red Hood, but there's this little indie movie coming out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's that I don't think anybody has heard of. It's a superhero movie, and it's breaking all these records. So I don't think there's fatigue.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's like that's like saying there will be fatigue for action movies. That's not going to happen. There's going to be fatigue for spy movies. That's never going to happen. You have different genres, different stuff for different movies. There's not going to be a fatigue. That's really what I have to say. And James Cameron just maybe he just wants to get his name out more, and so Avengers can not Avengers Avatar 2 can do numbers. And I'm just saying, James Cameron, I really hope your CGI is groundbreaking, because we're now in this day and age where the CGI is better than Avatar now. It's like, I don't know what else to say. It's like, that's what I'm hoping for your movie. And that's all I gotta say. Spectre, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm beginning to get super annoyed by James Cameron. It just seems like he's asking for attention. Like, he's just acting like a film snob right now because he's James Cameron and that's what he likes to act. Because the last time he tried to make a superhero movie was Spider-Man in the 90s.
Oh, I heard about that. Maybe he's salty about that too.
That script is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
If you've read it. And what's funny is that Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man is really eerily similar to that script.
Mm-hmm.
But of course less James Cameron-y than James Cameron's script. Mm-hmm. And I love James Cameron. I love Aliens. Terminator 2 is one of my favorite movies. But as I said earlier this week on Twitter, 10 years later, an Avatar is just seen as a number. It's the highest grossing movie of all time, but no one remembers Avatar because didn't really like it broke new ground in terms of effects, but in terms of story,
Yeah.
it was very cliche. Like it
Mhm.
was basically just Pocahontas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like he either has to have a really good script for Avatar 2 or new groundbreaking tech for,
Yeah,
CGI.
yeah,
If it
because
doesn't, I do not see the movie.
yeah, because even the performances, like Sam Worthington was wooden, like Sigourney Weaver. Like I love Sigourney Weaver, but her performance was very bad in Avatar.
Hmm.
Like and like he keeps saying like he wants to like make room for new stories where like he just wants to make Avatar and he wants to keep trying to reboot the Terminator franchise, and that's failed twice already, but that's not under him. But you get what I mean. Like
Yeah.
rebooting, like they tried to reboot with Salvation, that didn't work, and they tried to reboot with Genesis, which was even a bigger flop. But yeah, I think he's just asking for attention. Like he's just being James Cameron as he was last year with Wonder Woman, like saying Wonder Woman is whatever. Like I just choose to ignore James Cameron.
Hmm. All right, Talani, what do you think about James Cameron saying these things?
I'm just gonna echo what Inspector said because there's not really much I can really add on to what Inspector has said, really.
Hmm.
So,
Alrighty. So the next, quickly see. I think I was hearing some news about Glass. Let me look it up real quick. Glass movie. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have Cinema Con. We've heard quite a bit of other things about Cinema Con. Which we'll talk about. But very interesting enough. This is an article that's come out. You know, first Glass trailer reveals plot details for Unbreakable and Split sequel. Now, CinemaCon, they could either show the trailer, they show it there and also release it to the public, or they don't. Venom, for that case, they showed it at CinemaCon. It got leaked a little bit, and they showed it, on YouTube, and hopefully we can see both this trailer and Aquaman, but I highly doubt it, right? So Samuel L. Jackson is ecstatic. It's about time I got the title role in my own motherfucking movie. The Avengers actor told the CinemaCon crowd in Las Vegas, anxious for a first look at his new movie Glass. Accompanied by director M. Night Shyamalan, Bruce Willis, James McAvoy, Sarah Paulson, and Anna Taylor-Joy. Jackson helped introduce the first trailer for the highly anticipated sequel to Unbreakable and Split. With it came the first footage, though it hasn't been made available to the public yet, and new plot details. It begins with Paulson's character introducing herself as the red-haired Dr. Ellie Staple, a psychiatrist who specializes in people suffering from delusions of grandeur. Even more specifically, she explains people who believe themselves to be superheroes. The audience she is addressing is none other than Bruce Willis's David Dunn from Unbreakable, James McAvoy's Kevin, and his split personalities, and Samuel L. Jackson's Elijah Price, aka Mr. Glass, sitting across from her in an institution. Patricia, one of Kevin's personalities, claps delicately and replies, "Good for you." The footage shows all three men dealing with their extraordinary abilities that make them outsider, and Dr. Staples' pursuit to understand them and that age-old dichotomy of heroes versus villains. The three of you have convinced yourselves that you have extraordinary gifts, like something out of a comic book, she says. Dr. Staple has no doubt that Kevin has a whole bunch of personalities jostling around in his head. What I'm questioning, she tells Patricia, is your belief that you are something more than human. And yet it is true, answers a deeper voice from the monster behind Split. Even more spine tingling is when Mr. Glass chimes in, determined to let the world see that we exist. He seeks a partnership with the beast. That sounds like the bad guys teaming up, he proclaims. Taylor-Joy also appears in the footage as Casey Cook after surviving, blah, 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 surviving Split 18 years ago. I based a movie around a crazy idea. What if comic books were based on reality. Shyamalan told the audience, and in Unbreakable, I tried to tell the origin story of a superhero that lives in the real world. David Dunn, played by Bruce Willis. With Split, he then based the movie on another crazy question: what if the afflictions, the disorders that society thinks makes a person damaged or broken, actually are gifts that make them exceptional? From it came the origin story of for an anarchist that could be good or bad. Paulson then posed another question for Glass. What if these real-life supervillains and superheroes are somehow locked up together? I mean, what could go wrong? Shyamalan called the film the first truly grounded comic book movie. Glass will open in theaters on January 18, 2019. Now, quickly give my thoughts. Well, first, I want to say I want to see the trailer because I want to see it. I'm a big fan of Unbreakable and Split. And I really I think James McAvoy's freaking performance in Split is phenomenal. Yeah, and I wish he was more recognized for that, like a nomination for the Oscars. I thought he would get a nom for that, but whatever. But going into it, like I liked how the themes were there and how they explained the themes, like in this article, and I think it's gonna be very interesting. But my biggest question is, how did they get there? How did Mr. Glass, was institutionalized, for what he did, with the, spoiler, with the bombings and whatnot in the first movie, and the Beast. How did they capture him? Because he was, essentially gone for Split, and then Bruce Willis's character, David Dunn, like how do you get in there too, right? Unless they somehow captured both Kevin and David Dunn somehow and put them in there with Mr. Glass. But overall, I'm gonna be super, super excited for this movie because I liked both movies, and I think, and my thing is, M. Night Shyamalan needs to always stick with the more low budget movies. And that's where he really excels. And you saw that with the numbers for Split. And I think this movie will be awesome. And I think having the movie like this will be cool. I just want more context, right? I want more context of how they got there and why they're in this predicament that they're in. That's really my kind of like concern or more questions, right, for me for the Glass movie. But overall, I just can't wait for this movie. Inspector, what do you think about this? What do you think about this at First and Macan and whatnot?
I mean, I'm kind of the opposite of you, where like I wasn't the biggest fan of Split, so I don't really care that much for Glass. Like, I thought James McAvoy was fine. He kind of, like, he was the best part of the movie, but everyone else was kind of like, man, because like Anya Taylor-Joy was kind of wooden. All the girls were kind of wooden to me. Like the movie just didn't speak to me.
Yeah.
And to me, since I didn't see Unbreakable, the twist, like I haven't seen Unbreakable, so the twist meant nothing to me.
Yeah.
And and plus it's kind of stupid that you make a sequel to a movie that's like 15 years old.
No.
And you put it in, like, you didn't need to do that. It's like, so
yeah,
like
I can understand your point of view, but then also hearing about how he had all this other script for Unbreakable that was basically Split. So it was I understand why he did that, because he just didn't get the chance to put it in that movie, Unbreakable. So he then made it into Split and then started changing some things.
But I hate how he says it's the first truly grounded superhero movie.
Like, I think what he means is like, not to. I know what he's trying to say, right? He's trying to say more of like a movie that isn't really about superheroes.
That's not a superhero movie. Like Unbreakable, like he says, "Oh, I tried to make a or an origin movie for a superhero in the real world, then but it's not a superhero movie though, because it's not about a superhero. It's about a guy that has powers.
Yeah.
But it's not a superhero movie.
Yeah.
But I get what he's trying to say. It's just it seems like a typical M. Night Shyamalan thing to say.
All right, Tyler, what do you think about this news for CinemaCon?
Obviously, I haven't seen the movie, but I'll have to wait and see the movie. I've got nothing to say really.
All right.
Sorry.
So next thing we'll talk about is the Venom, right? And my gosh,
that looks
so some of the MCU fanboys crack me up. Like, it's like, gosh dang, man, they're out in force. They are out in force, ready to attack you. Right? I was like, I like the trailer. You're like, what? You like Venom not being with Spider-Man? What is wrong with you, my friend?
Oh, you mean you like the symbiotes?
Yeah.
How they pronounce symbiotes?
Yeah, they'll say that too. They actually commented and said that to me. It's like, you like how they pronounce that?
Because it has it has 4 different pronunciations. I always say symbiotes. I know some people say symbiotes or symbiotes.
Or symbiote. Like actually, some biologists say symbiotes. So it's like
I say symbiote because that's how I've always said it. Because when you say symbiote, it just sounds like you're missing a vowel sound.
No.
So that always annoys me when people say symbiote.
Right.
You just feel like you're saying it too fast, and it's like, oh, it's a symbiote. Like you're saying it at 4 times speed.
No, but dude.
It's like it's fucking ridiculous what I saw on Twitter about that.
And then they're like, I like Venom's design, but I'm not still gonna see it. And I was like, because I want Spider-Man back at the MCU, and I was like,
But then you have the other side, which is just totally overly praising it, saying, "Oh, it's not like any MCU movie."
I mean, I've barely seen any of that, to be honest.
Like I have a lot of people that retweet like DC shills stuff on Twitter, so that's the side. They're like it's a very small group of people, but there's still people that saying, "Oh, the MCU won't go this dark. It's going to be great because it's going to be dark." I hate how people think dark means good, but
See, I'm interested in the movie. I think it'll be good or bad. I have no idea, but I'm giving the movie a chance for me. Right now, if I see it and I think it's horrible, I'll let people know it's horrible. For me, it's like, but overall, I think the Venom design for it looks spot on. I know someone was complaining about the look, and like Tyrone Magnus was.
The look, to me,
he was like, the eyes are too small or something like that, and I was like, I thought the eyes was fine.
I think it's the tongue and the teeth look like you could definitely tell that the special effects aren't finished yet.
Oh yeah, no.
Because the teeth are still very rubbery, and the tongue just seems like it's slapped on there. And because the mouth is when he opens his mouth, it's just black, and the tongue is just there.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a while for that stuff to be done, though, and and you saw, right, like one of the motorcycle chase scenes where cars were flipping randomly was the tentacle stuff and all that.
Yeah,
and that took a while for them to just put the tentacle stuff right. It took them. When did we first see the teaser? Like right after they were done with principal photography or something like that. Which it was February or
it was like a month ago.
Yeah. So yeah, it took a month just to do the CGI here. So I guess. So yeah.
No, I thought principal photography ended like 5 months ago.
No, whenever they were done with filming the movie. I don't know what the actual official term for that is.
Yeah, principal photography.
Okay, then yeah. They weren't done like 5 months ago. Because then we would have got the teaser trailer 5 months ago.
Well, usually when a trailer comes out, like it's principal photography, right? And then like usually it takes a while to get scenes and get like special effects.
Yeah.
Like that's why I assume like they did principal photography and then they went to post production for a few months and then the teaser came out and then this trailer came out.
Yeah. Because I remember, I need to look and see when the teaser came out because I remember them saying like the principal photography they like legit had it a week or two after, and I think that teaser trailer came out this year. I'm pretty sure. Could be
What, the
wrong.
first trailer?
Yeah.
That was February.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So CGI was only done for February, March, April, like about 2 months.
Yeah, about 2 months soon.
So that's how much they got done in 2 months. So the movie doesn't come out till October. So I think those CGI will be fine by then. The only thing I've only had a complaint was really more of the tentacles coming out. I thought the tentacles were really, really fake for me.
Yeah.
In terms of CGI. But I think that'll be fixed by the time October hits. Overall, I think I like the Venom design in terms of what I saw, and the voice modulator thing is on point. Sounds like Venom, talks like Venom, acts like Venom, and that's what I like to hear. And having the conversations with the symbiote and with Eddie Brock, that's always a thing in the comics and stuff like that. How they talk to one another, and that's what they got down right. And actually saying we are Venom instead of I. Right, with Spider-Man 3. And that's what is like the biggest draw is like they're getting that part right too. Now, for me, I said that I always like Tom Hardy as an actor, and I think he was right for the role. For me, I know some other people are like, oh no, Tom Hardy, no. And I'm like, I'm fine with Tom Hardy in it. To me, he looks the part, and they're having him as a reporter slash reporter, and some instances in the comics I believe he was a reporter, and then
And he
there's
worked for
some,
the Daily Bugle.
yeah, and there was some instances where he's just strictly a photographer, and that's what I think was another good point is they're having the backstory right and all that, and having his personality intact. And I just want to see also more trailers and whatnot, but I'm still gonna give this movie a chance to not be like, screw Sony, screw this and that, go to the MCU, I hate this movie, whatnot. I'm not like that. And that's not something I would do or say because I'm not really a fanboy, so that tends to be me, man. I just want to enjoy good movies and movies that interest me. Right. But that's just me. Spectre, any other thoughts?
To be honest, the trailer didn't really connect to me. I thought it was just like, okay, I don't like how Tom Hardy, how he always has to do like a certain thing with his voice when he does an American accent.
Mm-hmm.
Like for like he did the same thing in that movie Legend that came out like a few years ago, or like a couple years ago, where like he had this lisp. I'm like, why are you using the same lisp for Venom that you did in Legend? Like he's using like the Samuel L. Jackson type lisp from Kingsman. Like using like that type of lisp, but like not like over the top like Jackson. But it just felt weird to me, and like that. I feel I know why they showed him suiting up as Venom, but that's probably going to be in the last like 15 minutes because they've already said like they want to have this whole movie focused on Eddie Brock, and I think that like motorcycle chase with the tentacles, I think that's like in the middle of the movie. Then he finally becomes Venom at the end of the movie, like in the last like 20 or so minutes, kind of like Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to be honest, like I'm not really the more I see from it, actually, the more I get less excited for the movie. So, like, I'm usually not this pessimistic, but it's just not doing it for me.
All right. What about you, Talada? What do you think?
The trailer was good, in terms of the action Eddie Brock type of thing. The only thing that I had issue with was the Venom's moving of the when he was Eddie Brock, like when he was in the apartment type of thing, and towards the end was the eyes that put me off a little bit, and the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Because Eddie Brock, Venom doesn't look with small eyes,
No, it depends
and
on the design.
No, yeah, there's some instances where he does have that type of eyes.
it's
Yeah.
like I was just like a little bit put off by that. But other than that, I'll give it a chance to watch it. I don't care what people say. I'm gonna have a chance to watch that movie, and I hope this movie turns out to be good.
Yeah,
You say?
same. I think we got one more. There was one more topic I was trying to think of because we had a. Do we know anything about the Aquaman thing for CinemaCon or no?
No.
No, that there was just like footage shown and like
Like, do we know what the footage was yet or no?
No.
I think they showed a lot of Ocean Master. They showed like Shadow Black Manta
Okay.
and like there's like a fight and that's all we know.
Oh, did you guys see like the articles like saying,
Oh, it's
Jason
like
Momoa says, Ben Affleck isn't his favorite Batman or what? Huh?
oh whatever.
No.
Those are just
Those are the
bloggers
rumors.
being bloggers.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, a lot of people are hyping up Aquaman, saying like, "Oh, it's Blade Runner underwater," and like I think I don't know if it was Lin Carr or someone said like, "What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like it's Blade Runner underwater? What does that even mean?"
Exactly, dude. Like I understand Blade Runner, right? You say like altered carbon is like Blade Runner. And that makes sense.
But you don't compare Aquaman to Blade Runner.
Yeah. Blade Runner underwater. It's like
Get it right.
What are we
Ultimate.
talking about here?
Yeah, it's like
Are we talking about there's like robots and whatnot?
Like Game of Thrones would be a better because like Aquaman is all about like Atlantis and like politics and like huge things and all that stuff. But like Game of Thrones would be a better because like the whole thing about Aquaman is that he's the king of Atlantis, he's the king of the seven seas, but he also has a brother that thinks he was the rightful heir to the throne, so he always fights his brother for the throne. And also like there's this sailor, well, not really a sailor, but like he killed this guy's father, and that guy eventually becomes Black Manta. Like, like we don't even know Black Manta's real name. Like we've never known Black Manta's real name. Well,
Dude, it's gonna be very interesting. The tone shift though for Justice League to
because
Aquaman.
it's weird because like when you hear like the tone, like the different tones, like you hear Shazam is like very light and very, I don't want to say like very MCU because I hate saying because a movie is light hearted, it's automatically like the MCU. But like Shazam is more lighthearted, but from what we've heard, Aquaman is much, I guess, darker. Because James Wan is known for like dark movies, like horror movies.
Yeah. No, I knew what I was gonna. It's like a hard thing though. Like that's what it's a problem with comic book movies in general, though. I'll say that it's having different tones with different characters and making a big ensemble movie, right? Because it's hard to, and we'll talk more about, I guess, with the Avengers thing is right after this is in general. It's hard to do that because you got different writers, different directors, different visions for each of these characters.
Yeah.
And putting them in there with a different director and what they think they would say. And yeah, you have the producers on the movies that were the directors of those.
It's also a committee because most of Marvel movies is like it's not really the director vision because like Feige has the vision and then he hires the director.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but
like except if it's the case with like the Russos or Ryan Coogler or some other directors that but other than that.
Okay. I think that's it for movie news because there's not much, and I'm trying to make sure if we got any other like breaking news, right?
No.
Trying to see anything for if we're missing any other thing.
I don't think we are.
The only thing we can really say is that we won't be here for next week's podcast. Just,
But no, we have one more topic.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just looking for one more. See if there's anything else in general.
just a reminder,
Oh, okay. Here we go.
if you know what I mean. Remind people.
Okay. All right. So PlayStation Plus games for May 2018 has been unveiled. So you got Beyond Two Souls for PS4, Rayman Legends for PS4, Risen 3 Titan Lords for PS3, Eat Them PS3, King Oddball PS Vita, Crossfire with PS3 and PS4, Infamous PS4. So, I think it's a decent list, right? I think it's like it's an alright / decent, not like good or amazing or like that type of reaction, right? But I would say check out Beyond Two Souls. Even though it's like the weakest Quantic Dream game, it's free. Just try it out, see if you like it or you don't. Uninstall it's for free if you have PS Plus. But quick thoughts there, guys, of anything there you think it's meh. Bad, meh.
It's just meh.
All right. So, Avengers: Infinity War. They had a social embargo Monday and review embargo Tuesday that was lifted. So social embargo. This is what I was talking about in the last podcast, right? About Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2, right? I said it would have been smarter if they would just stick with a Part 1 and Part 2 title, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen the social embargo that a lot of people were saying that this is basically Part 1. I'm just like, then why change the title if these were going to be different films when people are saying this is a Part 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like from my biggest, like, this is gonna, I feel, hurt them a bit in terms of like let's think about it, like Harry Potter, for instance, right? You got Harry Potter The Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2.
Right.
Part 2 made more money than Part 1 did because people want to see the conclusion of that movie, right? And technically the series and the culmination of everything. Why would you do that? Not do that with the Avengers, right? Infinity War, and now have them make it a different title. That's like one of the things I have. I also been hearing from reviews that I'm going to kind of talk about some of the complaints right now. For some of the reviews, people were saying that because of Anthony Joe Russo, when you have a bunch of different characters, and what I was talking about earlier.
They play favorites.
No, that's not what I was saying. I heard people were saying that they got individual screen time. It's just that some of them don't act like they would in
Oh, that makes sense.
their respective movie. And like I expected that, and I can understand the complaint there, right? And that's the big problem with a big scope movie like that, right? With a bunch of characters, is some characters will not act 100% the same as their movie for their other directors, right? That was another thing. Then I also heard some of the CGI. Like I heard some of the CGI for Thanos. Like most of it was amazing, and then there's some parts that make him look cartoony, which also then makes sense, right? It's like when you have a fully CGI character, and I'm hearing he's actually the main character of the movie, which is very interesting take, right? I can see then that being a problem, but then you can also say to yourself, you could have asked for Andy Serkis's help to help flesh out the CGI and stuff like that, or whatnot. Now, granted, he's just the motion tech guy and not the actual like a CGI artist and whatnot. But you could have asked for him to lend out like the CGI artist because you have a good working relationship with him. But that's some of the complaint I heard from reviews. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that was the biggest things there, and some that weren't acting the same. Yeah. Okay. Did you guys hear anything else negative besides that?
Not really. All I've really seen is positive stuff from on Twitter.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. Yeah. No. That's like the social embargo. Like because I was looking at reviews, non-spoiler reviews.
Like what I've seen is that it's weird because usually when you get Marvel reactions, it's usually typical like, oh, this is the best Marvel movie yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird because I've seen some of that, but not to the extent that I did with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Because everyone was losing their mind on Black Panther, and everyone with Infinity War is like, there's a difference between like saying it's the greatest thing ever and saying it's so epic. Because a movie can be epic and still just be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've heard is that, oh, it's like I've heard, from what I've read on the social reactions and what I've seen on Rotten Tomatoes, because I think Rotten Tomatoes it's around like a high 80s,
Mm-hmm.
88, 87, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's below the first Avengers, but above Age of Ultron. So it's like in between.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because I would think since this is the biggest movie they've done and like it's the most hyped movie ever, that it would surpass it. Like it would surpass Avengers in Rotten Tomatoes, but I guess not. It's not going to hurt them. Not at all. I'm just saying. But yeah, like all I've seen is positive vibes. Like every Marvel movie, because every Marvel movie gets positive vibes on social media. I haven't really read reviews because I want to go in as cold as possible. So even non-spoiler reviews. So yeah, but so I do have my tickets for Friday morning, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Todd? Did you hear anything other like some negatives or no?
No, I haven't seen any negatives so far. I'm going to see it on Saturday. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to go see it today because I've got so many things to do. But yeah, it's like I can't wait to see it. Like I can't wait to see what Infinity War has to offer. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And also, are you guys surprised that the Russo brothers took the approach that Thanos is technically the main character?
No.
Not really.
Really? I didn't think that. I honestly thought they were just going to.
Because I think how they did it is that if you look at like Captain America: Winter Soldier, Captain America was the main character.
Yeah.
You looked at Civil War, you could kind of being a toss-up between Iron Man and Captain America, depending on what view you look at the movie through. Like I see it as an Iron Man movie because I'm Team Iron Man, but like a lot of people see it as a Captain America movie. So because it's called Captain America: Civil War, but it's more like an Avengers movie, just with a focused view, like a focus point of view. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense that Thanos would be like the main character.
Do you think because of okay, we've had some good, Marvel movie villains, and we talked about those and stuff like that. Do you think they took that approach because they were just like, we can't have Thanos as a cookie cutter villain?
Maybe. To be honest, I don't think the Russos were worried with Thanos. Just because, like, if you look at the movies they've done, which are Winter Soldier, Civil War, and now Infinity War. Like, Alexander Pierce was a really good villain. I wasn't a big fan of Zemo, but I know there's a lot of people that like Zemo. I just felt Zemo was not needed in that movie. I just think Zemo was a reason to tie in Age of Ultron to that movie when it didn't need to be more tied in with Age of Ultron, since Age of Ultron was already part of like the inciting incident for the movie, with like Thunderbolt Ross and everyone. So, but it kind of makes sense that they're making Thanos the main villain, and I think it's to their I keep forgetting words, but it's good for them because it gives Thanos more depth and gives him more of like an epic feel as a villain. And
do you think if they didn't go through having Thanos as a main character, do you think there would have been backlash?
Yeah.
maybe not. It depends on how they handled him, because if they handled him like any other Marvel villain, then yeah. But if they handled him like Killmonger or like any other good MCU villain, because there's been good MCU villains, even though the majority of them have been just mediocre or bad. But there's been diamonds in the rough, like Obadiah Stane and Killmonger and Alexander Pierce.
Yeah.
So I think since the Russos are good at characters, I think they would have done a fine job with Thanos, even if he's not a quote unquote main character like people have been describing him as.
Okay. What about you, Talada? Are you surprised about them making the Thanos a main character?
No.
Main character in the film?
No.
No?
Because Thanos is supposed to be the main character for Infinity War. Because he's the guy who's supposed to collect all the Infinity Stones, isn't he? So there's no surprise there.
Okay.
So that's what I think.
All right. So also, I guess, what do you think? Because you know the height of the film and stuff like that. Do you think some people will come away like disappointed in terms of there's too much hype, or do you think how do you think the Russos tried to, I guess, try to create a film of this magnitude? Do you think like they were super nervous in making this and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely, because it's 10 years of
10 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So they definitely had, like, they were definitely nervous just because it's such a big project and there's a lot of things leaning on it. And they would be foolish to say that they weren't scared.
Yeah.
Or nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength with the Inspector here. So.
And and then also, I'm hearing about there's a lot of deleted scenes. You know what I mean? For this movie, right? Because of all the characters, you know. Do you think it would be in the best interest for Marvel to? I know they've never done it, but release also a like extended cut of Avengers: Infinity War, or you think it's just gonna just be for the deleted scene route?
I don't think they're gonna do an extended cut. It's not.
No, I don't think they'll do the same. I'm gonna agree with the Inspector. I don't think they'll do it because it's Infinity War, man. The biggest budget movie, and obviously they're doing Avengers 4, so they won't do deleted scenes.
My man, I wish they were, because dude, Lord of the Rings was so great, and they even had like extended editions for them.
I know that feeling when you wanted extended edition, but you don't get it. But hey,
I was hoping for the best, you know. So overall, yeah, you guys are excited. I got the neck breaker seat, so
I've got
my neck is going to break nonstop in IMAX.
Well, I'm happy that I got back row seats.
I've got recliner seats.
Was it IMAX tickets or no? Just regular.
It's IMAX, yeah. IMAX 2D.
Ooh.
I don't think they even have the IMAX 3D. Not in my theater anymore.
Yeah, they have IMAX 3D in my theater.
It's only
IMAX
2D
3D,
for
IMAX 2D,
In
tomorrow.
my
regular
theater,
4D.
they have IMAX 3D and
But
2D.
I'm seeing it on Fridays, so and
Yeah,
plus it's a morning show, so there's probably not a lot of people are going to see a movie at 9:15 in the morning on a
yeah. I'm
Friday.
just worried. My kid's gonna go and see it in the afternoon. So, but I've got a recliner seat anyway, so it's all right.
Lucky man.
Yes,
All
I'm
right.
lucky.
So that was a very, I guess technically, yeah, an hour and a half, right?
Yeah,
No, about 2 hours, I say.
2 hours.
2 hours of the podcast. Yeah, not super long. But guys, if you did enjoy the podcast, give this podcast a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content from the Overlevel podcast, hit that subscribe button as well as hit the bell notifications. And yeah, I'm going to be creating one video for God of War unboxing the Stonemason edition / giving a review. I have it on my phone. I just have to transfer it over into my computer and start editing it. And yeah, after this, I'm going to be playing a bit of God of War, and then I'm going to go to bed. But guys, Inspector, where can they find you at?
They can follow me on Twitter at the Inspector.
Nice. Taladio, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter, which is at mtaladia. You can also find me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Taladia Plays. And you can also find me on YouTube, which is Taladia Plays. I'll be doing a video today with Iron G Gamer. We're going to be doing something huge. It's a surprise. Obviously, I can't say much, but just expect it to be out either today, well, not today, I mean tomorrow or over the next few days. So it'll be something very exciting. Yeah.
Nice. And where can they? So, which channel is that, on yours or his?
That'll be on both mine and his channel. So
Okay,
I just gotta get the file off him once he's done.
cool. But guys, thank you for watching. This is the Overlevel podcast. Signing off.
See you guys later.
See you later.